Hey, English learners, welcome back to Spark and Speak, your favorite place to learn real English. Easy English, everyday English, the kind of English you actually use in real life. I am so happy you are here with me today. This is the place where we talk like real people, share real stories, and help you feel comfortable and confident in English. I am not your teacher with a big stick. I am your English friend who truly wants to help you grow. And today, today is a good one. Because I want to ask you something. Do you remember the last new thing you learned? Not in school, not in a class. I mean, really learned this week on your own. If you cannot answer that quickly, do not worry. Most people cannot. And that is exactly why so many English learners feel stuck at the same level for months, sometimes years. But today, I'm going to show you a simple habit. A habit that some of the most fluent English speakers in the world use every single day without even thinking about it. And once you understand it, your English is going to start moving again. So stay with me. This is going to be worth it. Okay, let me paint a picture for you. Imagine two people, same country, same English level. Both started learning English at the same time, maybe 2 years ago. Person one goes to work, comes home, watches something in their own language, scrolls on the phone for an hour, and sleeps. Weekend comes, same pattern. Some months they open an English lesson. Most months they do not. Person two goes to work too, same tired evening. But on the way home, they listen to 5 minutes of English. Before bed, they read one small paragraph. Maybe they write 3 lines about their day in simple English. Now here is the interesting part. After 1 year, these two people are not at the same level anymore, not even close. And it is not because person two is smarter. It is not because they had more free time. It is because they built one habit, a tiny daily habit of learning something, and person one did not. This is something language teachers see again and again. The people who become fluent are almost never the ones who study for 5 hours once a month. They are the ones who touch English a little bit every single day. There is a well-known idea in language learning developed by linguist Stephen Krashen that we improve a language best when we get input that is just slightly above our current level. Not too hard, not too easy, just a little bit stretching us. That happens naturally when you expose yourself to English daily, in small doses instead of cramming once in a while. So here is why this topic matters to you right now, today. If you live in Europe and you are learning English around people at work, in shops, on the street, you already have small chances to touch English every day. The question is whether you are using them. And that is exactly what we are going to fix today. I am going to give you 4 simple habits. Habits that take just a few minutes. Habits that turn your normal, boring day into English practice without needing a classroom, a course, or extra time you do not have. Point 1. Read something small in English every day. Let me start with reading, because reading is one of the most powerful habits for any English learner, and also one of the most misunderstood. Here is the mistake almost everyone makes. They decide, okay, I want to improve my English, so I will read a whole novel in English, a real book. 200 pages. They start on Monday. They feel proud. By Wednesday, it feels heavy. By the weekend, the book is sitting on the table, closed, and they feel a little bit guilty every time they look at it. Sound familiar? This happens to so many people, in every country, in every language. And the problem is never that reading does not work. The problem is that they started too big. Here is what actually works. 1 page, 1 small article, even 1 paragraph, every single day. Think about your own daily life for a second. Maybe you live in Germany, or Poland, or Spain, or Portugal. You take the train to work. You wait for coffee. You sit for 5 minutes before sleeping. In any one of those moments, you could read a few lines in English instead of scrolling through your phone without thinking. And here is something surprising. Reading in English does not only give you words, it quietly teaches you grammar without you noticing. When you see the same sentence pattern again and again in real sentences, your brain starts to accept it as normal, even before you can explain the grammar rule. This is very different from memorizing a rule in a textbook. It becomes natural because you have seen it used correctly many times. So here is a simple practice for you. Choose something short, a short story written for learners, a simple news article, even the subtitles under a video. Read it slowly. When you see a sentence you like, stop for a second and read it again out loud. When you see a new word, do not just look it up and forget it. Write it down somewhere. One notebook, one note on your phone, it does not matter. 1 page a day feels small, but 1 page a day becomes 30 pages in a month. And 30 pages a month becomes hundreds of pages in a year. After 1 year of this tiny habit, your vocabulary, your grammar sense, and your reading speed will simply not be the same person who started. Point 2. Turn your dead time into listening time. I want you to think about your day again. The walk to the bus stop, the train ride, washing the dishes, folding clothes, waiting in a queue at the supermarket. These moments feel empty. Most people fill them with music they already know by heart, or scrolling without really watching anything. But these exact moments are a hidden gold mine for English learners, because your ears are free, even when your hands are busy. Here is why listening matters so much for fluency, maybe even more than reading in some ways. English is not only letters on a page. English is a sound. It has its own rhythm, its own music, sounds that connect together in ways your language might not do. If you only ever read English, your brain learns the words, but your ears stay untrained. And then, when a real person speaks quickly, in real life, in a shop or on the phone, you understand almost nothing, even though you knew all those words on paper. This is a very, very common complaint from English learners across Europe. I understand when I read it, but I cannot understand when they speak. That gap exists because listening is a separate skill and it needs its own daily practice. So here is what to do. Pick something you can already understand about half of, maybe a little more. Not something so difficult that you feel lost after 10 seconds. Not something so easy that you learn nothing new either. A short podcast, a simple conversation, a slow English video, something in that comfortable middle zone. And listen actively, not passively. This is the part most people skip. Passive listening means the sound plays in the background while your mind is somewhere else. Active listening means when you hear a good sentence, you pause, you repeat it out loud, even quietly. When you hear a word you do not know, you write it down. When you hear an interesting way of saying something, you ask yourself, could I use this sentence in my own life? Even 10 minutes a day of active listening on your commute, while cooking, before bed, will train your ears in a way that reading alone never can. Your ears start recognizing patterns. Your mouth naturally starts copying the rhythm. This is exactly how children learn their first language, long before they can read a single word. Point 3. Stop hiding from your mistakes. Here is something I want you to be honest with me about. When you say a sentence wrong in English, what do you usually do? Most people do one of two things. They feel embarrassed and they stop talking, or they quickly move past it and pretend it did not happen, hoping nobody noticed. I understand this feeling completely. Nobody enjoys making mistakes, especially in front of other people. But here is something that changed how I think about this, and I hope it changes how you think about it too. A mistake is not proof that you are bad at English. A mistake is proof that you tried. It is information. It is a small signal pointing exactly at what you need to practice next. Think about it this way. If you never speak, you never make mistakes, but you also never improve. The people who become fluent are not the people who never make mistakes. They are the people who make mistakes constantly, and instead of running away from them, they look at them for 2 seconds and ask, "What can I learn from this one?" So here is a small habit that will change your English faster than almost anything else. When you make a mistake, do not stop. Correct the sentence in your head or even out loud and say it again, the right way. If you forget a word in the middle of a sentence, notice which word it was and learn it properly afterward. If your pronunciation feels wrong on a certain sound, practice that exact sound a few times on its own. And at the end of the day, ask yourself one simple question. What mistake did I make today, and what did it teach me? Maybe you forgot a word. Maybe you used the wrong tense. Maybe you froze for a second when someone asked you a question. Whatever it was, write it down in one line. That one line becomes a map of exactly what to fix, better than any grammar book could show you. This is the real difference between someone who improves quickly and someone who stays at the same level for years. It is not talent. It is simply whether they look at their mistakes honestly or hide from them. Point 4. Use it or you will lose it. Here is something that happens to almost every English learner. You watch a great video, you learn 5 new words, you feel motivated, you think, yes, today I really learned something. And then the video ends, and you go back to your day and you do not say even one sentence with those new words. A week passes. You cannot remember 3 of them anymore. This is not a memory problem. This is a practice problem. Learning something and using something are 2 very different things, and only one of them actually changes your English. Here is the simple rule. If you learn a new word, use it in a sentence about your own life right away. Not a textbook sentence, your sentence. If the word is improve, do not just repeat improve, improve, improve. Say, I want to improve my English every single day. Now that word belongs to you because you used it for something real. If you learn a new way of saying something while listening, try saying it out loud yourself, even alone, even in front of a mirror. If you learn a small rule about grammar, use it the very next time you write a message or speak a sentence, on purpose, even slowly. This is the difference between passive learning and active learning. Passive learning is receiving information. Active learning is doing something with it. And active learning is always more powerful because your brain remembers things it has actually used far better than things it only heard once. You do not need to use everything you learn. That would feel heavy and you would give up quickly. Just choose one small thing each day. One word, one sentence, one correction. Use that one thing today, in a real sentence, in a real moment. That is enough. Small daily practice repeated for months is exactly how real fluency is built, not big study sessions once in a while. Small, real, honest daily use. Okay, let us bring this all together, because I want you to walk away from this video with something you can actually use today, not just something you nodded along to. We talked about 4 simple habits. First, read something small every day, not a whole book. 1 page, 1 paragraph, even a few lines. This quietly teaches you grammar and vocabulary without feeling like studying. Second, turn your dead time into listening time. The walk, the train, the dishes, the queue at the shop. These empty minutes are exactly where your ears can start learning the rhythm and sound of English, if you listen actively instead of passively. Third, stop hiding from your mistakes. A mistake is not the end of the sentence, it is the beginning of the next lesson. Correct it, learn from it, and move forward instead of freezing. Fourth, Use what you learn immediately. One word, one sentence, one small correction used in a real moment today is worth more than 10 new words you never say out loud. None of these habits need a classroom. None of them need extra hours you do not have. They need something much simpler and much harder at the same time: consistency. Remember this. 1 page a day becomes hundreds of pages a year. 10 minutes of listening a day becomes hours of real training a month. And a person who does this quietly every single day becomes a completely different English speaker after 12 months, even though nobody around them noticed the small daily effort behind it. Look at how far we have come today, just in this one conversation. You now know 4 simple habits that some of the most fluent English learners in the world use, often without even realizing it themselves. Now I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments, which one of these 4 habits do you already do, and which one do you need to start today? Reading, listening, learning from mistakes, or using what you learn? I really want to know, so write it below, even in a simple sentence, in English if you can. If this video helped you today, do one small thing for me. Subscribe to Spark and Speak and turn on the notification so you never miss a new episode. We upload real, useful English lessons like this one regularly, and I would love to have you here with us every time. And next time, we're going to talk about something that happens to almost every English learner the moment they open their mouth to speak, a fear that stops smart, capable people from saying even one simple sentence. I'm going to show you exactly how to get past it. You do not want to miss that one. Until then, keep learning a little every single day. I will see you in the next episode.